All right, boys and girls, welcome back to the drive-through. Sponsored by the deli. Hungry? Stop by the deli. Get yourself a sandwich. Today's shout-out goes to my son. We had quite an argument last night about how to play the piano, and we got into a fist fight because he wouldn't play with his fingers. He just wanted to use one finger. But we hugged it out, and we worked it out. And he hot cross buns it with 3 fingers and did just fine. So there you go. That's for you, Marley. Much love. Sorry, I just like the worst part about being a dad. I can remember being a son and like hating those moments. I feel bad for him. Okay, so we're going to show you how to do number 13. The directions say solve each equation. That's all they say. Okay? We will show you how to do it the difficult way, which involves factoring. If you are going to take calculus, you will need to know how to factor. Although I can tell you, I teach calculus and I didn't even know this method. Okay, but it's just because it hasn't come up. I'm just telling you, you're okay with either of these methods. All right. This is a difference of cubes. 27x cubed is really 3x times 3x times 3x. Does that make sense? And I don't even know what 216 is, so we'd have to use the cube root button on our calculator. The cube root of 216 is 6. So this is minus 6. Okay? So when you have it in this form, if you want to factor it, then you use this SOP, same, opposite, positive. That's what we learned yesterday. So it will be 3x minus 6 times, here goes the first term squared. So I'll write everything out so you guys understand. 3x squared. And then here's where this is the same sign. This needs to be the opposite sign. So what sign is going to go there? A positive. This would be the first one times the second one. That's what goes in there. And then the P stands for positive. So this is a plus, and it is the second one squared. Okay? So let me look through this, and I'll clean it up. That's an x right there. So you get 3x minus 6 times 9x squared plus 18x plus 36. Okay? Now, I've already screwed this up, but it's not too late. Because all of these things, these all contain a 3. So I should write this as 3 times x minus 2. Do you see how I did that? I just factored out a 3. And do you see what all of these contain? They all contain a 9. So times 9 times x squared plus 2x plus 4. Okay? So we've got all these things that multiply by each other, and the answer, or we're trying to figure out what value we put in for x so that our x gives us a 0 on the output side. So does anyone know what one of those values is yet? From this right here? We can figure out one of our x values right now. It's a 2. Good. So from this, we know x is 2, but I'll keep going. All right, so we got 3 times x minus 2 times 9. Okay, now can we factor this? Two numbers that multiply to be 4 and add to be 2? I don't think we can. 4 and 1 doesn't work. 2 and 2 doesn't work. All right, so look, this, we know we're going to have to use quadratic formula, so I'm going to take a break. Right now, we know that x is 2. X could also be minus b, so negative 2 plus or minus the big square root of b squared, So 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4 all over 2. So it's negative 2 plus or minus the square root. 4 minus 16 is negative 12 all over 2. So it's negative 2 plus or minus I radical 12 over 2. So if we go back to the top, this question involved x cubed. So there was at most 3 answers. We have one answer that's real, and one answer that's or 2 answers that are imaginary. Negative 2 plus or minus I radical 12 over 2. And this is your answer. Now look, our test, it might have 20 questions on it. There might be 1 or 2 like this. Okay? If you use your calculator, bless you, if you used your calculator, you would miss these. So my suggestion would be use your calculator to find all the answers you can, and then at the end of the test, try to factor the best you can and find the reals. Then, if you have some success factoring it, you'll still get partial credit on those imaginary ones. I said reals, I meant imaginary ones. So let me just remind you how to use your calculator to solve this as fast as I can. I'll pause this real quick. Alright, after with a bunch of playing with my calculator in my window, I think we have it graphed right. Let's see if we could find this solution using our calculator. So we'll go second, trace. We want to find zeros. I don't know where it hits, so I'll go over. Let's see. I don't even know if this is going to work. Enter. Let's make sure we get above it. Enter. Take a guess. Nice, it did find it for us. So at least if we can use our calculator, we can get a lot of these answers right on our calculator. I'm telling you, it's not about getting the answer right. It is about finding out where the equation hits the axis, because that's going to be a significant point for us, like later on in math or even in physics. We're going to want to figure out when this thing is at 0. Okay? So I'm telling you, you're not cheating by using your calculator. You're just using the materials that we're requiring you to have the best way you can. Unfortunately, as we've said, you're going to have to factor just a few of them, okay, if you want to get 100. It's all good. Boom!